Friends, today is the turning. We process in with pomp and circumstance, gathered in expectant waiting for the culmination of that which you have worked so hard to achieve. Today is the turning of the page, this school, this place that has been a home to us. Soon you will be moving on, turning the page, going forth on to the next chapter, off to new adventures, to new life. But not yet. First we gather here to honor you, to honor the work you have done, to honor the people you have become. May this time together be blessed, honoring what has gone before, even as we prepare to turn the page, using what we have learned here to shape the world.
Good morning. Please be seated. To the class, the graduates, may your future be fulfilled with your gifts from Juniata, and may you leave here with lifelong friends, as I'm sure you will. So, to the members of the class of 22, I extend sincere congratulations, and to your parents and friends, a warm welcome. Members of the platform party, trustees, alumni, faculty, and staff, I greet you and declare the formal opening of Juniata College's 144th commencement ceremonies. I'll turn it over to President Troha.
Thank you, Mary. My Apple Watch is telling me to take a deep breath right now. So, before I officially begin, I think we're going to be okay, but depending on different weather apps that you pull up, there is a chance of showers. I appreciate your patience and flexibility as we came in at a little bit of a different time. If we have to happen to get up, we will come up. I've got some folks over here who are going to give me a warning that we may have to move indoors. If we do that, we will move quickly, but then we will reconvene out here depending on the forecast. But hopefully we don't need that. It is great to see all of you out there. I want to welcome all of you on this most special day, on what is a pretty special morning. Students, I am truly blessed to be here with you. Like so many Juniatians before you, including one, Dr. Parisha Shaw, your commencement speaker this morning, You have arrived today because of your passion and enthusiasm for learning and an unyielding commitment to finishing what you started. But students, you of course were not alone in this journey. It is a recognition of a job well done by so many people, including teachers, pastors, friends, and family, and particularly all those parents out there. Students, please join me in a round of applause for your family who have made this incredible journey possible for you. Speaking of family, I have a nephew graduating today. Congratulations, Andrew. And so my sister and her family, of course, are here, but so is my father, who has never seen me facilitate one of these things before, wearing these costumes. So, sup, Pops? Glad you are here. And by the way, happy belated birthday. I owe you a phone call. It's been a busy week. Sorry. In addition to those families and friends with us today, we owe our collective thanks and genuine appreciation to our talented and devoted faculty who have prepared all of you to be leaders in this diverse and complex world that you are about to embrace. I would like for my faculty colleagues to stand so we can say thank you for your many contributions and deep commitment to Juniata and its students. Please rise, faculty. I have a quote in my office. I have numerous ones actually, but this one resonates particularly at times like this. And it reads, "Great character, like massive roots, grow deep when water is sparse and winds are strong." COVID tested us. It tested all of us. But as we gather on this morning, on this campus we love so very much, I am just so darn proud of our faculty, our staff, our alumni, our coaches, trustees, but particularly you students, because without your trust and patience, support, and yes, compliance with I know seem to be some ridiculous protocols and procedures, we would not be here today. At the end of the day, you made it happen because you wanted it to happen. It's as simple as that. So thank you. From the global pandemic to a generational social justice movement to the current war in Ukraine, we have all been tested in unique and uncommon ways that we cannot and should not forget. I don't know about you, but these past several years have taught me that life can sometimes just be plain messy. Unexpected twists and turns are to be expected. And that's okay. It's our response to these moments that will define us and allow us continued growth and maturation. Students, use these opportunities to learn more, to read more, to understand more. And without question, in this bifurcated world we seem to live in today, we need to demonstrate greater compassion and respect, simple decency and kindness for those who may think differently than you. Graduates, you've probably heard that with knowledge comes responsibility. As you think about walking out the doors of this institution this afternoon and embarking on what is your next journey, that responsibility should be a joyous, privileged burden. As a Juniata alumnus, you are representing all that is good about this institution. Take up that responsibility proudly and with unmistakable conviction. Take it from me, there will be moments of criticism as your journey unfolds, but criticism is the background noise of success. You want to avoid it? Do nothing, say nothing, become nothing. But that is not who we are as Juniatians. We push, we question, we take action to better the world in which we live. Graduates, by earning your degree today, you will now technically possess a certain set of skills that will enable you to be successful. However, competence, intelligence, and this academic degree that you are earning today will only take you so far. It is your strong character, your integrity, your attitude, and good judgment that will inspire the excellence that I know you desire and that we all expect. And while I haven't read her speech, I can all but guarantee you that you will witness these attributes and more from Dr. Parisha Shaw in a few minutes. She is a brilliant human being, yes, a world-renowned and highly accomplished scholar and scientist. But in my humble opinion, it is her passion and enthusiasm and her glass-half-full attitude, her unpretentious humanity, her love of her family and friends that truly differentiates her. Graduates, it is my deepest hope that you find the success that is yours, and you do so in a way that you and those around you will be proud. And when you do find that success, say thank you to those who made it possible. Congratulations, class of 2022. My deepest thanks for your many contributions to this institution. Good luck and Godspeed. It is my honor to introduce to you to the senior class president, Talia Bertrando. I don't really need much language in here to talk about Talia. Talia was one of those students that was just about everywhere. She, matter of fact, graduated in December, is now enrolled in a master's degree in business communication with Spanish. She graduated magna cum laude in December. President of her class for the last 4 years. She was an associate in the Office of Community Engagement for 2 years and a 4-year campus tour guide. Member of women's lacrosse and soccer team, she recently won an athletic award that went to the Female Athlete of the Year. She also was just recognized as a Senior Outstanding Student of the Year at Juniata for 2022. She is just an unbelievable ambassador for this college, and I know she will continue to serve in that role when she graduates. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, Talia. I welcome Talia Bertrando to the podium. Talia.
Thank you, President Troha, for your kind words. To you, Dr. Bowen, and the entire Juniata administration, thank you for helping us get here. Thank you especially to facilities for making today and every day on this campus beautiful. Thank you, professors, for joining us and showing your support, but also for being there for us every day throughout all of our years. And thank you to all of you guys. You've made these past 4 years the most special I've had to date, and you gave us all something big to celebrate. It's so special to have made it to this day with all of you. And what's really so special to me about today is that I never imagined I would be here on Juniata's campus, feeling so happy but contemplative as I leave. When I first visited Juniata's campus, I did so a bit begrudgingly. I was certain I would never, ever come here. As some of you may know, I am a 5th-generation Juniatian. And while I love my family more than anything in the world, and am so proud of my family's history, I did not want to follow in anyone else's footsteps. I was so not interested in being a Juniata legacy student. And maybe some of you were the same. We have many peers who are legacy students sitting among us. Or maybe you're the first in your family to come to Juniata, and in the future, some of you will have children or family members who will continue your Juniata bloodline. And probably the most impressive of all, some of you are first-generation college students who are beginning family traditions of opportunity in higher education. But I would make the argument that every student here is a Juniata legacy student. Whether you can't wait for future visits back to Juniata or you are ready to leave it for good, our class has 2 distinctive qualities that have helped us leave our mark on this community. the class of 2022 will forever be remembered for its altruism and relentless tenacity. Our legacy begins with our obvious desire to change Juniata for the better for future Juniatians. Maybe not 100% selflessly, but always with impact. For example, I'd bet David Meadows might not let anyone even close to a microphone at senior dinner anymore, much less a glass. But the amount that we were able to raise at that dinner and beyond to give back to this college was one of the highest donations Juniata has ever seen from a class. We might have been a headache for public safety on weeknights or Saturdays with our ill-lit travels, but I'm happy that now future students will have a lighted path to the promised land that is Sheets. Dr. Bowen and the many other brave souls may not have appreciated getting bombarded by 20-somethings during our celebrity event, but we brought back Senior Week for future students to emulate. And honestly, Bowen's street cred has to be a lot higher now because of us. The deans had to deal with a class that may or may not have gone over their budget and insisted on some sort of senior send-off. But maybe JBC will be invited to campus every spring semester, and students will play an awesome round of Rattlin' Log. I'm sure Parkhurst and facilities weren't expecting so much student outdoors time these past 4 years. But maybe reusable containers and this increased love we have for our beautiful campus will become the norm. And we have friends who, if we're being honest, made Juniata's campus and administration uncomfortable. Their voices, recommendations, new traditions, and great love for this school prompted change and shifted Juniata to appreciate the discomfort, because with discomfort comes great things. We changed Juniata for the better, all while having the relentless tenacity to continue traditions that make Juniata so special. We ran through arches, or tried to, ate lobster, and earned our college formal with talent shows, dumb jokes, and scavenger hunts in 15-degree weather. As many before us, we exploited our friends with boats on mountain days. We had friends on wake-up crew who took it upon themselves to especially harass us. And we boasted, "I knew it was today," hours after the day had already started. We grew professionally through our campus jobs and positions. We may not have been rolling in money, but thank goodness most of Huntingdon's reasonably priced restaurants accept us with open arms and Juniata flags. We had more than 70 of our friends spend months doing research, but only truly expound on just how hard they worked when they were forced to at LAS with posters or presentations. Our work extended past classrooms or labs as we made, played, or sang beautiful art to share with our peers. We shadowed, interned, or had placements all over town to supplement our knowledge and experience. 57 of our peers made it through 4 full years as student athletes. We had leaders of clubs, advocacy groups, teams, and boards who were probably never thanked enough for how much their work makes Juniata, Juniata. We took advantage of all Juniata has to offer with persistence, and we took that determination to a whole new level as COVID hit us. Yes, let's talk about it. We kept our tenacious Juniata spirit through more than 2 years of a global pandemic. We learned the art of smiling with our eyes because the classic half smile all Juniatians give walking through the quad was hidden. We dealt with plans canceled, working out in masks, and classes weirdly hands-off. Professors will forever have anxiety over planning study abroad trips or assigning group work, but I think they'll always remember us as the amenable, hopeful class who didn't let too much get us down. Though it may not have been fun, we all sat through classes with modifications, masks, computer screens, and green passes that we filled out hastily right before seeing professors or Oak at Baker. We allowed each other's physical and mental health to take precedence. We cared for each other in a way that many college students in the most self-centered years of their lives wouldn't have, and will no doubt go down in the history books for it. So yes, we are all Juniata legacy students. We're the altruistic and tenacious class of 2022, and we will always carry this unique legacy. For many of us, about 4 years ago, we stepped on this campus knowing that we wanted to graduate with an impactful degree. We knew we wanted to fully participate in all that Juniata offered in the classroom, in the stadiums, at the meetings, or at the special traditions. Maybe we weren't sure exactly what we wanted to do with our lives, but we were ready to think about who we are. We did all of it, with unprecedented obstacles thrown at us. We did all that, and we'll leave Juniata better than we found it. Before we leave campus today, maybe we need to say thank you to a president and administration who was always open to us, to the professor who was there for us when we needed them, either academically or personally, the coach or advisor who pushed us beyond what we thought we could achieve, or perhaps a fellow graduate sitting among us who put an imprint on our hearts and souls. These people have shaped us in ways we could never have imagined before we stepped on this campus and began our legacies. So now, it would almost be an insult to ourselves to think that we can't go into the world and create our own legacies of tenacity and altruism elsewhere. I'm talking about living a life in a way that will leave the world better than we found it, just like we did for Juniata. I'm talking about facing obstacles head on and having the perseverance and the determination to get through tough times. I'm proud to be a Juniata legacy student, as we all should be. Like Juniatians who have come before us and those who will follow, we have such bright futures to look forward to. But we should all have a bit more confidence, knowing we made our time here our legacy. So all we need to do now is continue it with pride, knowing this place, Juniata, has taught us how. Thank you.
Thank you, Talia. Henry, Joni, you should be very proud. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Jill Keeney, the Charles A. Dana Professor of Biology here at Juniata. Dr. Keeney will provide our introduction of this year's commencement speaker, Dr. Parisha Shah. Dr. Keeney.
Today, Professor Dr. Donna Weimer and I have the honor of introducing Dr. Parisha Shah as an honorary degree recipient and the graduation speaker to the class of 2022. Dr. Shah graduated from Juniata in 2001 with a Bachelor of Science in Molecular Biology and Health Communication. Parisha is one of those students who reminds us why we chose a career as a teacher. Her love of learning, curiosity, and care for the common good is exuberant and contagious. She made every class discussion and laboratory conversation better for her part in them. In 2001, her winning Bailey oratorical speech focused on creativity and intentionality, an embodiment of the liberal arts values that she lived then and now. Her commitment to communication was intrinsic to her study of biology. She never wavered in her belief that her study and research in biology required diligent study and how to effectively communicate that expertise. And Parisha does so with boundless energy, contagious excitement, and entertaining flair. Parisha modeled the best of Juniata's interdisciplinarity, our strength and unique offering to the college experience. Aristotle argued a few thousand years ago that to become honorable and live in virtue, one must practice them every day. We are not born honorable, we become it. Parisha stands as an example of a person living a good life with honor and virtue that shapes our world into a better place. We are fortunate to have Parisha embody the best of Juniata through every personal interaction and through her science and biological research, imbued with humanistic values where the common good is valued and enhanced. Parisha is an advocate for advancing public science literacy, improving science education access, and increasing science and engineering opportunities for women and underserved student communities. She is actively involved in public speaking and writing workshops for scientists, and is a consultant for building professional connections and improving workplace inclusion. Parisha considers her time at Juniata to be one of the most formative periods in her life, where she was instilled with a passion for lifelong learning. Her love of the Juniata experience has continued as a volunteer, a former member of the Alumni Council, and current member of the Juniata College Board of Trustees. President Troha, we are honored to present Parisha P. Shah for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Parisha, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Juniata College and upon them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I now confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations, Parisha.
Thank you. Wow. President Troha, Provost Bowen, my fellow members of the Board of Trustees, the absolutely wonderful Jill Keeney and Donna Weimer, and the other amazing members of this faculty. Incredible staff, honored guests, and most importantly, members of the class of 2022. Thank you for this incredible honor. I graduated from this institution almost exactly 21 years ago on May 13th, 2001, which also happened to be my 22nd birthday. The coincidence of these events was the source of a lot of jokes about the super expensive birthday present I got and the huge party that Juniata threw for me. So when I told my family about this weekend, my brother resurrected the joke. Heck of a way to spend your birthday this week, he said. And last night, a few people mentioned, they're like, Juniata's throwing you quite a large party this year. I just have to say, I can't predict the future, but just to go on the record, I already have this weekend marked off on my calendar in May of 2043, just for whatever fun is in store for me next. All jokes aside, I am truly humbled to be standing here before you. I was speechless, President Troha can confirm, when he called me, and I pondered these remarks for a really long time. To the delight of the small humans in my household, I even found old graduation pictures for inspiration. And I tried to explain what a big deal this is, and their response was, do you have to wear the outfit because you look like you're going to Hogwarts? Graduation speeches are supposed to be full of advice, so let's just start right here. If you ever need a reminder of how fundamentally unimportant you are, have a conversation about it with a 6 or an 8-year-old. To be fair to them, though, they hit right on target exactly what I was feeling. I'm not important. I'm not the graduation speakers from those pictures. I haven't reached the pinnacle of my career or achieved unparalleled success. How did I get here? When I graduated, Donna Weimer, professor of communication and extraordinary human being, gave her senior students a little parting gift. I still have mine. There's a note full of her wit and wisdom, and a copy of the poem Ithaca by Konstantin Cavafy. This is a poem about journeys, inspired by the Odyssey, the epic Greek tale of Odysseus' 20-year journey to his home in Ithaca. In the poem, Cavafy expresses hope that the reader has a long, unhurried journey, saying that when you reach your destination, if it isn't what you expected, that's okay, because of all that you've gained along the way. When I was 22, I theoretically understood what this poem meant, but I don't know that I really understood this poem. Today, at a freshly minted 43, I think I have a little bit of a better idea. And it's this journey of knowledge, this evolution that I'd like to share with you today. And for me, my journey started off with a huge failure. In the spring semester of my senior year of college, when everyone was lining up their next steps, professional schools, jobs, I had the stark realization that I wasn't totally sure what I was doing next. I loved being a student, and I loved doing research, but was that enough to commit to an academic path? I ended up hesitantly applying for a graduate school to a handful of programs. I got an interview at one, and it was late semester that I got the letter that I didn't get in. Over the years, details of these memories have naturally faded, but I remember that day with painful clarity. I got that letter and I didn't tell anyone. I went back to my room, put it in my desk, made some lame excuse to my friends for why I was skipping dinner with them, ignored a call from my mom, sorry, and took refuge in the library. I was the head writing tutor that year at the Writing Center, so I took refuge in there until we opened for the night. My misery and solitude were interrupted by Carol Peters, the head of the Writing Center and another amazing mentor. Carol was just passing through, but one look at me and she stopped to ask if I was okay. I couldn't bring myself to tell her the truth, so I remember trying to say something flippant about how I was contemplating my life, which, let's be honest, Carol did not buy. She didn't. On her way out, all she said was, "It's not always a bad thing not to know." And I wish that I could tell you that this was a really beautiful moment of inspiration, like in a Disney movie, like cue up the good music. It was not. I'm sorry, Carol. It was not. I should have been inspired, but I wasn't. I was miserable. I had failed and I felt awful, and not knowing was awful. Though I tried really hard, I could not avoid my degree mentors about the subject. I mean, they had written my recommendation letters. So the first of these unavoidable meetings was with Grace Falla, professor of communications and one of the best people on this planet. When the subject arose, I turned into a spluttering, incoherent mess. And Grace wisely suggested that, maybe we should meet again soon and talk about next steps. And then she reminded me of a favorite lesson, how it's our job as lifelong learners to plant ideas like they're seeds, to cultivate them and nurture and grow them. And she told me, everyone plants seeds that don't grow. For the second meeting, I was on the couch in the office of my wonderful research advisor, Jill Keeney, and the truth came stumbling out. I'll be honest, I don't remember what I said, but I very much recall saying it to my shoes. After a brief pause, Jill said really casually, "Okay, so what's next?" And when I looked up at her in shock, she just repeated herself, "Parisha, okay, what's next?" I couldn't appreciate any of these moments at the time as much as I do now. All I could see was a dead end, but my mentors saw a blocked path, a detour, or a new route. With their guidance, I applied to several research positions and was accepted into a competitive research program at the National Institutes of Health. But even as people congratulated me and expressed their excitement, all I could think was, what if I can't do this? I left Juniata full of doubt, thinking if I failed again, then what came next? Turns out this unexpected road, an entire unplanned year in Washington, D.C., was one of the best things that ever happened to me. That year, I learned that I was as good as anyone else in this research program. I came trained just as well or better. But I think equally importantly, I learned that I could thrive independently in a place where I knew nobody and I had never lived before. That spring, I applied for grad school without hesitation, and I had options for where I wanted to interview and where I wanted to go. Me, the girl who failed to get into grad school before and who came into her internship convinced that she would fail out, that girl was going to one of the most rigorous scientific training programs around. At the end of my 3rd year of grad school, my first scientific research article was accepted for publication, and someone ran off to get some champagne and snacks for a spontaneous party in the break room. I ran into the lab to grab my coffee mug to use for champagne. It's very classy, I know. And I remember having a complete Juniata moment. My tutor emeritus coffee mug, a funny gift from Carol Peters to the senior Writing Center tutors, was sitting on top of a book of laboratory protocols, a gift from Jill Keeney to her senior graduates. Jill's note on the inside of the cover to me was, "Go, have fun." And on the corkboard at my desk in front of me was a miniature set of gardening tools, which was a gift from Grace Fella to her senior graduates, reminding us to continue cultivating ideas and growing our minds. And these were tacked on to the copy of the poem Ithaca from Professor Donna Weimer. I have played this memory in my mind over and over again the last few weeks. It was generally in this time when my career trajectory genuinely took shape. And this moment stands out because it highlights the impact of Juniata on me, not just in these keepsakes, but in me. It was this time when I realized that I was not just taught the importance of being rigorous. I was rigorous. I was capable and creative. I had what it took to keep following the road. So coming full circle here, I maintain that I still don't have the perspective of someone who has reached the pinnacle of their career, but I do have perspective to share with you about my journey. And my perspective comes in the form of a biology lesson. I am a molecular biologist after all, so if you will kindly permit me a moment of nerdiness, I promise there is a relevant point. The human body is made up of trillions of cells, all of which have the same DNA. Think of it as the instruction booklet for your whole body. But these trillions of cells are not the same. They're organized into different types, so that different parts of this DNA instruction booklet are open to only certain pages in different types of cells, for the purposes of this analogy. And this process of going from a single cell to this complex machine that is the human body is a long-standing biological mystery. But what does this have to do with you? Well, it's easy to think that because the DNA instruction book is so important, that it must be housed in a structure that's kind of like the molecular version of Fort Knox, rigid and impervious. But it's not. It's flexible and permeable. There are signals continuously coming in and out of this structure, and there's continual adaptation of the DNA within. And this brings us to a lesson in caution about rigidity, about being so focused and committed to a specific path or a plan or a single ideology or belief that it prevents you from engaging new ideas or adapting to change, restricting yourself from learning and growing in unexpected ways. It is very easy to live in an echo chamber, but I encourage you to take a lesson from your cells and be flexible. Your education here has primed you for lifelong learning and personal evolution. Embrace it. The next lesson is about personal strength. The flip side of studying how it's possible to get so many different types of cells is then trying to understand, once you have them, how they can stay in this state. And this is especially important because some really terrible human diseases involve cells that have lost this stability. Essentially, cells have to remember what they are. And what's amazing is how much a cell can be pushed and stressed. It takes a huge molecular effort to truly change a cell's trajectory. And I think of people as the same. You will be stressed and pushed along the way. There will be genuinely lonely times when the unexpected occurs, or perhaps you failed or are full of doubt. I think it's in these moments when you learn the most about who you are. And if you're like me, you will realize much later how much personal strength comes from your education and the people who helped get you here. And you may also realize that your gratitude for these influences has perhaps been a bit insufficient. So in all of my wisdom here, let me help you, graduates of this class, to express your gratitude in advance. Jim already started doing this, and we're going to do more of it. Jill Keeney says that the faculty take a leap of faith on their students, sending them out into the world with the belief that they will succeed. If today is a celebration of your academic achievement, then it is also a celebration of their belief in you and their success as the arbiters of knowledge and their capacity as the soul of an academic institution, as people who have challenged you and instilled you with the skills you need for your journeys. Members of the class of 2022, I hope you will again join me in a round of applause in gratitude to your professors and mentors. And the second group is this lovely crowd I'm seeing in front of me, not in the rain. I would never have made it to one of those chairs 21 years ago if not for my family. My older sister, fellow Juniatian, who very kindly always leads the way. My younger brother, whose own journey has so often overlapped mine. And our parents and their remarkable sacrifices as immigrants so that we could have our journeys. And I would not be standing on this stage today if still not for them, and also all of the other wonderful family I've acquired along the way. I will argue to you that the people who share and celebrate this day with you are a fundamental part of you. And I think it's only with time that you can really see how powerful that can be. Members of the class of 2022, I hope you will stand and turn as you're able to face this crowd of supporters to thank them for being a part of you. All right. We had some activity before the end. Your fitness trackers think you're still alive. That's good. My story today started with a poem. At the end, Cavafy writes, Ithaca gave you the marvelous journey. Without her, you wouldn't have set out. And if you find her poor, Ithaca has not fooled you. Wise as you have become, so full of experience, you'll have understood by then what these Ithacas mean. When I was 22, all I could think was, what is my Ithaca? How could I not know where I was going? 21 years later, I can tell you with the utmost confidence, standing at this podium, I have absolutely no idea what my Ithaca is. I don't know where I'm going. And I think I do understand. I'm perfectly okay not having the answer. It's never been about the destination. We are conditioned to have all the answers. But if you remember nothing else from this address, and I will tell you, you won't, I hope you retain, I'm sorry to say, I hope you will retain this nugget. There is so much joy to be had in what you do not know. There's so much joy to be had in what you do not know. My road has led me to unexpectedly wonderful places, even in the face of failure and uncertainty, and my education has always been my compass. It is okay to fail. It is okay to not know where you're going. And it is okay to think that you don't have what it takes to get past your failure or to figure out what you don't know. I know, and everyone here knows, that you are equipped for the journey. And I hope that inspires you to embrace those moments when your path is unclear so that you can journey to unexpectedly wonderful places. Thank you for allowing me to share this moment with you. I can think of no better way to close than by sharing Cavafy's words at the start of his poem. As you set out for Ithaca, hope your road is a long one, full of adventure, full of discovery. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you, Parisha. Okay, are you ready? So far, the Weather Channel app is winning out. I'm just saying. Keep your eyes to the sky. Okay. Dr. Bowen, our provost, will present the candidates for degrees. Dr. Bowen.
Will the candidates for the degree Master of Accounting, Master of Bioinformatics, Master of Business Administration, Master of Data Science, and Master of Organizational Leadership please rise as you are able? President Troha, I have the honor to present 17 candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the master's degree.
By the authority vested in me by the trustees of Juniata College and upon them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Accounting, Master of Bioinformatics, Master of Business Administration, Master of Data Science, and Master of Organizational Leadership with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Will the candidates come forward as I call your names to receive your degrees? You will be congratulated by President Troha as you enter the stage, and you will be welcomed into our Alumni Association by the Alumni Association President Mike Ford of the Class of '82. Samantha Anderson. Grace Elizabeth Bush. Elise M. Christ. Tabitha Kim Dettelback. Amanda Jean Dice. Kara Amber Ferraro, in absentia. Adam Joseph Grayeski. Amanda Rose Gretz, in absentia. Spencer James Corman, in absentia. Christine Malik. Morgan Marie Musselman. Jenna Hope Rankinen. Lauren Sierra Reed Brown. Bruno Hunter Rosa, in absentia. Devin Sanders, in absentia. Adam Daniel Steele. Morgan Kaylee Stewart. Will those students who have earned the degree Master of Accounting, Master of Bioinformatics, Master of Business Administration, Master of Data Science, and Master of Organizational Leadership please rise? You are now officially Juniata graduates. Congratulations. You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts please rise as you are able? President Troha, I have the honor to present 72 candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Arts.
By the authority vested in me by the trustees of Juniata College and upon them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I now confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Will the candidates come forward as I call your names to receive your degrees? Claire Margaret Alfrey, magna cum laude. Brandon W. Ashurst. Jack William Travis Badger. Rohan Bandekar, summa cum laude. Melanie Cecile Barnes. Samuel Aiden Bellin, magna cum laude. Sarah Jane Borgard, summa cum laude. Sarah E. Breyer. Rebecca Sheridan Case, summa cum laude. Andrew David Cerrone, summa cum laude. Brittany Allison Chadwick, summa cum laude. Grace Cook Huffman, magna cum laude, in absentia. Claire Susan Kreitzer, magna cum laude. Emily M. Deffenbaugh, in absentia. Colin W. Delsite. Arya Ashok Dixit, cum laude. McKenna May Dudley, summa cum laude. Jacqueline Ann Eberly, magna cum laude. Joshua David Edlund. Madison Eicher. Sarah Kaylin Fader, cum laude. Lucero Figueroa Perez. Maxwell Bernard Grodman. Samuel Lee Goodwin. Robert Hankus.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much.
Andrea Lynn Insulaco. K. James Islander, cum laude, in absentia. John Matthew Ivanoski. Peter Mitchell Jellin. Rosetta Gianna Johnson. Hayden Gibson Kelleher. Louisa Kathleen Kilgore. Thomas Theodore Restum Knezovich. Oscar Kuo. Griffin Joseph Lacarte, magna cum laude. Ben Parker Lawver. Grace Elaine Long, summa cum laude. Yamilex Lopez. Malcolm Lawrence McDermott. Abigail Louise Madar, summa cum laude. Keisuke Maeda. Rebecca Ann Mason. Julia Paige McIntosh, cum laude, in absentia. Shanna Lee Menendez. Michael Myers Starr. John Christopher Money. Daniel Seth Melidi, cum laude. Matthew Harrison Munoz, in absentia. Michaela D. Musselman, magna cum laude. Hai Huang Nguyen. Jordan David Orthmore, in absentia. Joshua Parson. Sean Michael Perrine. Eleanor Rose Puglisi. Callie Lee Pupo, summa cum laude. Benjamin States Robb, in absentia. Amelia Zona Rodriguez, magna cum laude. Kevin D. Rodriguez, in absentia. Kobe Matthew Rogers. Rodney Rojas Quiros, magna cum laude. Elizabeth F. Sabatino, summa cum laude. Matthew Joseph Shalaba. Joshua Thomas Smith. Rose Snyder, magna cum laude. Anna Price Sewell, magna cum laude. Selam Buzayo Tedessa. Holly Elizabeth Eustace. Lucas Wong Wertheimer. Dominic Eugene Williams.
Thank you, everyone.
Jordan Ann Wilson, magna cum laude. Savannah Jasmine Wilson. Tiani Zhang. Itzhak Zirkle, magna cum laude. Will the Bachelor of Arts candidates please rise? You are now officially Juniata graduates. You may flip your tassels. You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science please stand as you are able? President Troha, I have the honor and privilege to present 227 candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science.
By the authority vested in me by the trustees of Juniata College and upon them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I now confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Science with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Will the candidates come forward as I call your names to receive your degrees? Olivia Kate Ackley, summa cum laude, in absentia. Serena Emily Avery, in absentia. Emma Grace Bafile, cum laude. Samantha Catherine Baker, magna cum laude. Alexis Diana Barge. Brittany Tyler Barone. Roberto Alexander Barranca. Nathan Scott Barron, cum laude. Fatu Barrow. Christiana Rose Bartel, magna cum laude. Talia Gibble Bertrando, magna cum laude. Abigail Ann Bitar, cum laude. Luke Anthony Bischoff, summa cum laude. Jesse C. Boys, cum laude. Elizabeth Abigail Bond, cum laude. Ashley Nicole Bookwalter. Caitlin Hope Booz, cum laude. Jasmine Mackenzie Boots. Alina Marie Boyer, in absentia. Caitlin Rose Bright. Delaney M. Brown, in absentia. Ilya Vitalievich Baralkin, cum laude. Ishiime Burrell, cum laude. Marta Elvira Cabellos. Anique Chloe Cachon, magna cum laude. Chase Nicholas Campbell, cum laude. Haley Rose Campbell. Gianna Noel Canale. Keith William Caputo, in absentia. Haley Helen Carrasco. Craig D. Chassie. Cindy Chen, in absentia. Beck Chiquillo. Maria Elizabeth Combs, magna cum laude. Thomas Anthony Cope, cum laude. Bianca Maria Corey. Isabel Amanda Croto. Ava Lucy Curley, magna cum laude. Elizabeth C. Carreri, summa cum laude. Nikunj Damia, magna cum laude. Jensen Catherine D. Lauder. Michael Joseph D. Lash, summa cum laude. Dylan Albert Defosse. Timothy James DeWalt, cum laude. Basirud Jakumpa. Priscilla Grace Diamond, magna cum laude. Henry James Doherty, magna cum laude. Clarice Irene Doty. Daniel Patrick Drop, Jr. Kevin J. Duffy III. Hannah Elizabeth Eckert, summa cum laude. Alexander Tom I, summa cum laude. Brooke Elizabeth Emge, summa cum laude. Grace Hubbard Erskine, magna cum laude. Madison Elaine Faith. Brandon F. Felty. Cassie Jillian Firestone. Moira Elizabeth Folan, cum laude. Brenna T. Ford, in absentia. Alex E. Forlenza, summa cum laude. Jamel A. Foster. Brady Michael Fushi. Mason Russell Frampton. Lindsay Taylor Fry, magna cum laude. Nina Fujikawa Souza. Emily R. Garrick, magna cum laude. Quinn L. Jurassic, magna cum laude. Danton Andrew Glover. Aaron Wade Goldberg, cum laude. Priya Sarika Golding. Sarah Lee Gonzalez, cum laude. Austin Joseph Goodsell. Elizabeth Mackenzie Graham. Tatum Rose Gramley. Samuel Thomas Gray. Riley Christopher Gresco. Hannah Griffith, in absentia. Natalie Irene Grill. Kylie Habecker. Jeanette Faradella Harianto. Emily Elizabeth Hartley, magna cum laude. Hannah Lee Hawk, cum laude. Ethan James Halp. Benjamin David Hossman, magna cum laude. John Richard Herman. Carissa Herr. Avery Elizabeth Hess, magna cum laude. Paige Renee Hollybaugh, cum laude. Callie Christina Honston.
Thank you so much.
Michael Victor Howard. Zhu Han Hua. Margaret Elena Hunter, summa cum laude. Michelle Alicia Hunter, summa cum laude. Ethan John Hurst. Namuka Ishii. Jeffrey Daniel Ivick, magna cum laude. Noah Ajax Waters. Suo Ming Jin, in absentia. Jack Dennis Johnson. Victor Jean-Baptiste Young. Amelia Nicole Junga, cum laude. Katrina Ann Junga. Casey Starr Kaufman, summa cum laude. John Ryan Kelly. Cindy Lee Kernick, magna cum laude. Emma Jean Kerstetter, summa cum laude. Kashyap Singh Khatri. Grace Catherine Kohanek. Peyton Blair Coe. Natalie Hannah Krug.
Thank you.
Peter Ingram Cruzy, summa cum laude. Colton Scott Kubicki. Isaiah Samuel Kopczynski. Madison Lee Kyle. Joseph Aaron Lapp, magna cum laude. Marie Amy Gabrielle Logier. Cole Benjamin Lesher. Jillian Rose Letson, summa cum laude. Lauren Elaine Levi, magna cum laude. Katie Judith Lohr, summa cum laude. Joshua Lopez Flores. Maya R. McDonald, in absentia. Daphne Tamara McLeod. Jamie Marie Mahigel. Andrew Charles Mayers. Laura Catherine Maxson. Charlotte Zoe Mallow. Cameron Manal. Audrey Lynn Marker, magna cum laude. Sandy Martinez Luna, cum laude. Sheen Matsumaru, in absentia. Fiona Teresa McDonald, cum laude. Gab McDowell. Emily Ann McKinnon. Maya Ann McLeod, cum laude. Audrey Blackwelder McNeely. Mel Justin Mendez. Benjamin Wayne Messenger. Brooke E. Miller. Catherine Ann Miller. Eleanor McAuliffe Miller. I'm going to do that one again. Eleanor McAuliffe Miller, summa cum laude.
You choked me up.
Vincent Brooke Miller. Galen T. Miller Persico, cum laude. Ginky Miyasato, summa cum laude. Cassie Ann Mock, magna cum laude. Abigail Elizabeth Molnar, magna cum laude. Hunter Anthony Mona. Elena N. Moore. Aaron Tobias Morin. Emma Jane Moreland, magna cum laude, in absentia. Katie M. Morgan, summa cum laude, in absentia. Nicholas Maxwell Mushkett. Blake Aiden Murray. Sierra Grace Nevelinsky, summa cum laude. Quo Nguyen, in absentia. Caden M. Owen. Logan Michael Peachy, cum laude. Caden L. Pensack. Alexander Joseph Petrosky. Tai Pham Phuc. Nicole Marie Piccioni, cum laude. Daniel Louis Pivarato, summa cum laude. Vanessa K. Ponder. Amanda Elizabeth Preston. Ikra T. Rana, cum laude. Samuel Dylan Reed, cum laude. Sydney Renee Regal. Paige Christina Riker, cum laude. Grace Elizabeth Rose. Nathan Allen Ross. Bidisha Roy, magna cum laude. Neha Roy, cum laude. Jacob Edward Safko. Oliver D. Seinon. Hanalisi Shiel. Sean Charles McAvoy Cilia, cum laude. Sydney Elena Shearer, summa cum laude. Brianna Shortell. Daniel Lee Shupp, magna cum laude. Olivia Capassi Simmons. Nicholas Allen Sinapuse, magna cum laude. Robert Joseph Singer, magna cum laude. Hunter Michael Sleer, magna cum laude. E. Smith, summa cum laude. Maya Taryn Smith, magna cum laude. Nathan David Smyers, summa cum laude. Shannon Elizabeth Snyder, summa cum laude. Clay William Spencer, cum laude. Sarah R. Stansberry, summa cum laude. Caitlin Lauren Stoffer. Joshua Joseph Stevens, cum laude. Sydney Lynn Stevens. Daphne Elizabeth Stingle, cum laude. Liv Grace Stock. Seth Jacob Strasser, summa cum laude. Rachel Catherine Strauss. Thay Nandar Su, magna cum laude. Joseph Roland Tanguay, cum laude. Cecilia Lorraine Telmaco, magna cum laude. Jack Thomas Test. India Thakar, magna cum laude. Dylan Joseph Thompson. Kathleen Marie Tone. Devin Michael Truax, cum laude. Nyap Bao Trong, in absentia. Natalia Thais Tucker. Madison Rose Eustace. Zachary Joseph Vilkauskas. Taylor Ann Vrabel. Amelia Claire Wall. Jairus David Werner. Christopher Lee Wertman. Kendra Ray White. Autumn Marie Witzel. Meredith Widman. Taylor Mackenzie Wilkinson. Tremor Wilson, in absentia. Annika Rose Wolf, cum laude. Megan Regina Wright. Olivia Grace Wright. Austin Michael Yoder. Alexis P. Surzynski, magna cum laude. Yang Cheng Zhou, cum laude, in absentia. Ashley M. Ziegenfuss. Noah W. R. Zolnak, cum laude. Shane Paul Zovinka, in absentia. Will the Bachelor of Science candidates please rise? You are now officially Juniata graduates. You may flip your tassels. You may be seated, and congratulations to the class of 2022.
How about a round of applause for Provost Bowen? How about it? Mark this down, our quickest commencement to date. Lauren was moving. And just a couple of light drizzles right there. That was all that took place. Well, congratulations, graduates, families. Thank you so much for joining us. We are not here today without the help and support of so many people, but there is a person out there, and I don't know if she's standing in the back. Tracy Clapper Dotson, Provost Bowen Assistant. Tracy, are you out there? Somebody point. She worked with all of our graduates, our families on extra tickets, putting all this thing together. Tracy, congratulations. Thank you for all your effort. I see her. Raise your hand there, Tracy. Yes, raise your hand. She's in the gold way in the back. She is on a plane tomorrow, someplace warm, with a beverage in her hand. I guarantee you that. How about another round of applause for our facilities crew for making all this possible? They are terrific. The amount of care that they put into how our campus looks and the chairs and how they're lined up, our students can attest. They see this thing come together over a matter of a week, and they are just remarkable. The Blue Crew, as we call them, our facilities team, just amazing, led by Tristan Del Judas. Thank you so much for your hard work. How about a round of applause for Parkhurst and our food service for the wonderful dinner last night in front of Ellis. How they kept that dry last night, I have no idea. Andy and the team did a remarkable job. Thank you so much. Lisa Bear and Cindy Lattimer, Pastor Lattimer, for the baccalaureate service last night. What a remarkable service. Thank you again to everybody for making that transition inside. Round of applause for the folks who had the baccalaureate service. We have a commencement committee led by Tracy Clapper Dotson and a whole crew of folks. They did a remarkable job of pulling things together. Thank you to all of them. We did it. Class, we talked about having this outside and we made it. At this time, I want to ask Gab McDowell, class of 2022, to lead us in singing the alma mater. Please remain standing for the benediction and remain in your seats until the trustees, faculty, and graduates have recessed. Gab.
There are these signs around campus that read, "Think about who you are." Maybe you first saw them way back when you were a high school senior on a campus tour, dreaming about what the future might hold. Maybe it was on your first day here on campus, moving in, meeting new friends with whom you would grow together over these past 4 years. Remember back. Think about who you were back at the beginning. Now look around. Think about who you are, who you have become. You've grown and learned, been shaped by this place, and you have shaped this community in return. This place, these people will always be a part of you, even as you remain forever a part of the story of this place. Now we move forward into the next chapter, because this ending is really a new beginning too. Think about who you are becoming as the story of your life continues to unfold. So as you go from this place out into new adventures that await, may you take who you are, who you have become, and let it flourish, bringing life to the world all around you. Amen. Go in peace.